this part of the lesson, we are going to use systems to solve a situation. And in this case, we have two different problems that are set up well to solve by elimination. So let's take a look at the first one. The Lees spent $31 on movie tickets for 2 adults and 3 children. The Maces spent $26 on the same movie tickets for 2 adults and 2 children. So they want to know the prices for an adult ticket and a child's ticket. Well, let's take a look at our two equations here. First of all, we have two unknowns. The price for the adult ticket. Let's call that A. So the price for the adult ticket is A, and the price for the child's ticket we'll call C. And so let's write two equations. Before we had quantity-value equations, in this case we are going to have two value equations. And I'm going to label the equations by the people's last name. We got the Lees equation, and then we got the Maces equation. So let's take a look at what they are. So first of all, the Lees equation, it's a value equation, $31, and we know the number of adults that showed up, the number of children. We just don't know the cost. And so if we take 2 adults and multiply it by the cost of an adult ticket, which we are looking for, we'll call A again, and then we take the number of children, 3, multiply it by the child's ticket cost, which we don't know, again we're calling a variable C, it will equal $31. Well, we can write one for the Maces as well. They spent $26 on 2 adults and 2 children, so same sort of thing. 2 adults times the cost of an adult ticket plus 2 children times the cost of a child's ticket should equal $26. Now we're ready to solve. And again, this one's set up for an elimination problem because A's, C's, constants, and equal signs are all lined up. But I can't add the two equations the way they're at because I do not have opposite signs. Now, I can eliminate the A's just by multiplying that first equation or the second equation by a -1, and that's what I'm going to do here. And so each of those terms, -1 gets multiplied by 31, by 3c, and 2a. So I've got -2a minus 2c equals -31. Well, from this point, if I add this stuff together, let's see here, I made a mistake in there. I wrote a number wrong, so I'm going to fix that real quick. This should be a 3c. So let's fix that. So now I'm ready to go ahead and add this stuff together. Again, this is 3c because it's -1 times 3c makes a -3c. So I'm ready to add this together, and I'll get these a's to cancel. Once those cancel out, I am just left with c's. Now I have a -1c equals, and careful on this one, they're opposite signs. Make sure you put the bigger number on top when you do subtraction, or else you might end up doing the problem wrong. So we have to borrow here, and then we have to do 11 minus 6, which ends up being 5. So that's going to be -5. So one step to go, and that's to divide by -1, both sides. So what I'm left with is c equals 5. So from that point, we can take our value, which is 5 for c, and substitute it into one of these equations. It doesn't matter which one you do, whatever one seems easier. I'm going to pick the Maces equation, 2a plus 2c. But we know the child's ticket costs $5. So that's what it said here, c equals 5. So we're putting 5 in place of c. And this should all equal 26. So from that point, what I would do is multiply and then do an opposite operation. So I've got 2a plus 10 equals 26. So from that point, I would subtract 10 from all sides. And when I do that, I'm left with 16 equals 2a. And so from that point, all we have is just one more step, just one division problem, and then we've got a all by itself. So divide by 2, and there it is. So a equals 8. So the cost of an adult ticket is $8. The cost of a child's ticket was $5. So there it is. Well, one more problem similar to this. And again, it's going to end up being a two-value equations, but this one's going to be a little bit different, so we have to be really careful on the words they're using to know what kind of signs we're supposed to use with the terms. So it says last month Ed spent $57 on 4 allergy shots and 1 office visit. This month he spent $9 after 1 office visit and a refund for 2 allergy shots from his insurance company. How much does an office visit cost? And how much does an allergy shot cost? So those are our unknowns. That's what they want to know. An office visit cost. Well, we'll just call that V. And an allergy shot cost, how about we call A? So now let's go ahead and write the two scenarios. So we've got the first equation here, last month. And so I'll write down just a heading for this equation, last month. And so Ed spent $57, so that's a value, on 4 allergy shots. 4 allergy shots. We don't know how much the allergy shots cost, but we know we got 4 of them. So the value for that would be 4 times A. Now he also had 1 office visit, so we can write 1V. And this all equals $57. Well, this month, so a new equation for this month would be that he had spent only $9 after 1 office visit. So we have 1 visit, and we know this equals 9. Now again, see how I'm lining up the terms. So 1 visit, so the V's are lined up, equals $9 he spent, so it equals 9. Now, this is the key word here, refund. What does refund mean? Does that mean that we're adding money, we're spending money, or getting money back? It means we're getting money back. So that means that needs to be a negative number. Now, the negative number goes with the refund of the 2 allergy shots. So I need to write minus 2A. Now, we did spend money on the office visit, so that's a positive number. So we got to be really careful on the signs. Positive number on the office visit because he spent money for the office visit, but he got a refund for the 2 allergy shots. So that's why it's a minus 2A. So I'm ready to go ahead and solve. I've set up my 2 equations. I got A's, B's, constants, and the equal sign all in line. So I can't quite add these together, though. Why can't I add them together? I was getting a little overzealous here and ready to add them, but if I tried adding them, I get 2 V's. So what should I do? Well, hopefully you said multiply one of the equations. So let's multiply the bottom equation here by negative 1. Now I picked this one because that will make it positive 2A here. And let's rewrite what we've got. So I'll rewrite this month's equation as 2A minus 1V equals negative 9. And let me just bring this one down, right down here, and I'll rewrite that as 4A plus 1V equals 57. So now I'm ready to add this stuff together, and I get the office visits to cancel. So when I do that, I gotta be really careful here. I got 6A, the V's are canceling out, and this equals, again, be really careful on this subtraction. Remember, bigger number on top, you're gonna end up having to borrow. What I would do is take 10 away from 57. If you take 10 away from 57, you get 47. Well, that's 1 less, so that should end up being 48. And that's the number that we end up having here when we do that subtraction, but it's positive. So from there, we go ahead and do our division. Divide by 6, and then we've got 8 as the cost of an allergy shot. $8. A equals 8. So $8 for the allergy shot. We've got that. Now we just need to find the cost of a visit. Well, the easiest one, I think, to substitute into is one of these original equations up here. I'm going to pick that last month's equation. So I'm going to write 4A, but instead of A, I'm putting 8. And then plus 1V, so just V equals 57. Well, you go ahead and multiply. 4 and 8 gives us 32, plus V equals 57. And then from there, all you have is just one subtraction problem. Just got to subtract that 32 from both sides. So once we do that, we've got our answer there, and V equals 25. So $25 for that office visit, but only $8 for the allergy shots. And there it is. So those are just a couple examples of writing some systems of equations. These are value-value equations this time. And again, elimination worked really well with solving them.